Now we're going to use the midpoint formula to help us in a geometry problem. So it says here, a circle has a diameter from -6, -2, that's one of our endpoints on our diameter, to -1, 5, the other endpoint on our diameter. What's the center point of the circle? Well, we have a graph here. I'm going to just mark these points with the highlighters on the graph so that we know where we're working from. We have to find the point halfway in between those two. So the quick mental check we'll actually start with that this time. Between -6 and -1, they're about 5 apart, and half of 5 is 2.5. So if I go 2.5 over, that'll be my x-coordinate, and that means from -2 to 5 is 7 apart, so 3.5 down is going to be my y-coordinate. So I should have a center that's going to end up somewhere about there. So let's go ahead and check the math and see how that works out. If I plug it into my midpoint formula right away, for x, I'm going to have -6 plus -1 over 2. And on my y's, I'm going to have -2 plus 5 over 2. Because again, we're always taking the average of the x-coordinates and taking the average of the y-coordinates. Now you just have to do the math. -6 and -1 is -7. And that's all over 2, so -7 halves. -2 plus 5 is going to be 3, and still over 2, so 3 halves. So -7 halves, 3 halves. If we convert that to a mixed number, -7 halves is -3 and 1/2. Puts us right here, exactly where we expected. Y-coordinate, 3 halves is 1 and 1/2, so again, same spot. We ended up exactly where we expected. I just mark that with the pen here in the center. And now let's draw our circle and make sure that this is in fact where we want to be. Ends up falling perfectly on that diameter, so that is the center of our circle. So the center point here is -7 halves, 3 halves.